But when I was younger, it was hip hop and reggae music and pop music, but hip hop and reggae were really big. And what I remember, there were times in my teenage years that I would be held down and it felt like a force holding me down in my bed in high school and even when I was at Oakwood. And it wasn't until I gave up secular music at Oakwood that stopped happening, or whenever it is that I gave it up. That's the only time it stopped happening, because I realize now when I look back on it, a lot of what I was listening to really was the music of the enemy. There was groups like X-Clan I used to listen to, which is an Egyptology, Black Power kind of group. Public Enemy, as much as I really loved Public Enemy with their political rhetoric, they were down with the Nation of Islam, and the Nation of Islam and Farrakhan. There's a whole demonic bent to that. You just listen to their theology and you'll see it. And so, you're right. You have to give an opening. And obviously we all watched, I never watched scary movies. I don't like those. I accidentally saw The Exorcist as a kid, and that traumatized me. So I don't mess with scary movies. But even regular movies, jokey, funny Ghostbusters and stuff like that can open you up because it gives the devil a chance to speak to you. And I say this in my sermons, when you're watching TV or listening to music, with TV, your brain waves are turned down to a more like a semi-hypnotic state. So whatever's coming in, you have no defense against. When you're listening to music, a lot of critics don't like when we say this, but it bypasses the frontal lobe, the reasoning center of the brain, and goes in deep into the mind to affect you. So you're right. We leave these things open. And for me, that's one of the things that happened. It really, that thing used to happen a lot. I used to have to recite the scripture try and recite scripture in my sleep to try and get it to end. And so, I'm sure people could come up with a whole lot of reasons that it happened, but I can tell you that now that I don't listen to that music, I don't have those things happening.
Well, we know those spirits accompany those things, and we know that when people finish an album or CD now, I guess they call them, they have like I don't want to say us, but like a ceremony, a voodoo or a witchcraft ceremony over them. They light the candles and they cast spells on them. And so when people buy these things or listening to them, that spirit is accompanying it. So we are entertaining spirits for sure. And I like what you said. It wasn't until you started trying to memorize Bible verses, you quit listening to it, and then you started memorizing scripture. That is a spiritual warfare tool. So we can't just, we have to smash those not idols, those altars, right? We can't just memorize scripture. We've got to smash the altars, remove whatever it is, that influence, and then come in with the Word of God.